Hi there, it's Elisa with AK Educational Consulting, and I am back today with category number 3 of our Mind-Body Skills series. If you missed any of the previous episodes, please go back and check them out. But we are ready for our third category of mind-body skills, which is mindfulness. Now, that's a very broad category. There's really a lot that can fall under that kind of umbrella. What we're focusing on with mindfulness is the idea of blocking out all the noise around us, focusing our brain in on specific things to practice and get better at blocking out all the extras, the 112 things on our to-do list and the things that we should be doing right now instead of watching this video, and what do I need to do next, and what are we having for dinner, and all of those things that constantly run on a loop in our brain. So whether that's through meditation, and there's some really great apps and guided meditations out there that are fantastic, or different mindfulness activities that we're going to talk about here in just a minute. What you really want to keep in mind when you are practicing mindfulness is that you can deepen the experience by activating your 5 senses. Okay, so for instance, if you are visualizing something, then you can activate different senses by pulling in smell and hearing and what do you see into that visualization, which we're going to talk about even more in the next video, but I wanted to kind of throw that out here, out there right now. So my favorite mindfulness activities actually do revolve around the senses. So I'll start off with mindful noticing. Mindful noticing is using our eyes, and we're using our eyes to focus in on something specific. So it may be a certain color, a certain shape, a letter, a number. Mindful noticing is great to do in a classroom or in schools because we have lots of things up on the walls for kids to look at. So you might say something like, boys and girls, we're going to practice mindful noticing. What I want you to do in the next 90 seconds, 2 minutes, whatever is developmentally appropriate for the age of kids that you're working with, is use just your eyes to scan our classroom and look for things that are red, or look for things that are in the shape of a triangle, or look for the letter E. And then you start a timer. Everybody is silent and they are just looking. Oh, I see the letter E on my sign over here. I can see my red pen. Obviously, you're not doing all of those different things. You're giving them one thing, but you're just scanning and looking for that one thing. You're not writing anything down. You're just making notes in your head. What we also need to teach kids is that their mind is going to wander, right? As they're looking around, they're going to see things that remind them of things, and then they go down the rabbit hole of, thinking about these 12 other things. And that's fine. We're human. That's what we do. But we need to kind of recognize that that's happening and bring ourselves back. Oh yeah, okay, looking for triangles, looking for triangles. And I've brought myself back to the task. All right. The dog is talking to you. Mindful listening is very, very similar, but now we're using our ears. So in this case, I'm going to give you 30 seconds, 90 seconds, 1 minute, whatever, to just listen to what you hear around you. So again, we're silent, we're listening for noises. Maybe we hear things outside our classroom or outside our window. Maybe we hear the HVAC in a school that never fails. We always hear that. Or we have a projector, something running that we can hear. Hear people moving around, shifting in their seats, a water bottle being put down. And so kids are they can close their eyes and they're just focusing on, what do I hear? And again, their mind is going to wander. And so we keep practicing bringing it back. That's all we can do. As you know, if you do any sort of mindfulness or meditation practice, it's very hard to get yourself to a point where your mind is not wandering. And that's okay to share with kids. They know then that, you are not some perfect example that they're striving for, that we all struggle with this. If we continue on with our five senses, mindful eating or mindful snacking is another way of focusing in on one thing. And this is a great strategy for adults to use just when we're, regularly enjoying meals or snacks. Rather than what most of us do, especially if you're a teacher, and cram it all in as fast as humanly possible because you only have 10 minutes when all is said and done to eat your lunch, if you're lucky. How can we really, enjoy this snack that we're having or this lunch or dinner that we're eating by really focusing in on how it tastes, how it feels in our mouth. What does it remind us of as we're eating it? That's mindful eating or mindful snacking. A body scan I talked about in a previous video, so hopefully you saw that. This is a good way to check in. So we can do body scans in a couple of different ways. Previously, I talked about using a body scan as a way of sort of releasing emotions and tension from our body, but we can also use it to check in with ourselves. So how's my head and my neck feeling right now? How are my shoulders feeling? How are my arms feeling? Am I carrying tension somewhere? It's just a nice way of checking in with each part of your body individually, especially when you're feeling angry or escalated or anxious, to kind of figure out, where are you carrying that feeling in your body? How is it making your body feel? And then maybe you use a different type of mind body skill to actually release some of that energy or release some of that tension. There's another strategy called halted, and I'm looking at my notes because I can't always remember what each of the letters in the acronym stands for. So halted, HALTED, is an acronym, and it stands for hungry, angry, lonely, tired, embarrassed, disappointed. So this is sort of a way of going internal and asking, okay, am I feeling one of those things right now? This is a great one for when you're not really sure what you're feeling. I'm not sure if you've encountered this, but I in particular have one kid who will often say this: I'm feeling something, I'm just not sure what it is. And of course, HALTED does not cover every emotion, but it's a really good place to start, especially if you're beefing up kids' emotional vocabulary. So, am I hungry right now? Am I feeling angry? Is it loneliness? Am I tired? Am I embarrassed about something? Do I feel disappointed? That's a great place to start because it does cover a lot of emotions that they might be feeling. All right. Glitter calm down jars. I'm sure you guys are probably familiar with those, or visual timers. These are great ways for some kids to really kind of zone in on watching that one thing as a way of sort of calming themselves. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video. You've gotten some new ideas. And I do hope that you will join me back here next time when we move into category number 4 already of our mind body skills series. So until then, I will see you right back here next time. Have a great day.